You think you could cash at me? You think you could Zelle me? You think you could Venmo me? You think you could send me some money for lunch? What's going on? We're back. And we're talking about some more dating stuff that, hey, maybe you've tried or failed at or been a part of and, whatever. And I have definitely too. But as you can see from the title, we're talking about the cash apping of women. So, there's been different times when, I felt generous and not too crazy generous, but just generous to the point where you want to say, hey, look, this is a new person I'm dealing with. I'm trying to get to know, and I just want to do a nice gesture. I'm not going to be overly intrusive and pull up on her and, say what you doing and what's going on for lunch and all that. But you know what? Just doing a nice gesture. And so you might say, well, what's that nice gesture? So, hey, listen, let's see. You know what? What's going on with you? So, you might be texting her back and forth or talking to her on the phone back and forth. And she's doing, a good job at being responsive to you and communicating with you in a timely fashion. She texts you or you text her and it doesn't take her 3 or 4 days to text you back or whatever. And so you're like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? We might have a little something going on right over her. So you say to yourself one day, you say, look, man, you know what I mean? What's lunch cost? I know, people had talked about this before. When you cash apping somebody for lunch, it should be something ridiculous. Get out of here. So, I settle at around a 20 So, if I like you or whatever, and I feel like, you responding to the kid in a halfway decent way, I got no problem sending you a dub. It's not going to kill me. It's not going to kill me. But as far as us possibly getting together, depending on how you act afterwards, is going to kill things between you and me. So you're saying, what do you mean by that? So I've had this happen before because, I don't like to out people and stuff like that because that's corny. And I'll just give you a scenario. So I met this one person, right? And nice. Nice, you heard? Nice. Cool, good personality, all this other kind of stuff. Had a wagon like I like, pretty, and just really seemed to be a decent person, right? So I said to her, and this is a while ago. So I said to her, you know what I mean? You know what? I want to say, when's the last time, you've been out of the state, for dinner or whatever? And, just like most girls, it's been a while, such and such and such and such and such, and such. Just like a little ride to NY, DC, Maryland, somewhere like that. It's been a while, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, all right, well, cool. So I said, you know what? It's a nice vibe. You know what I mean? Nice text messaging back and forth. Yo, here, take this for lunch. Take this Dubsky Bubsky, that's what we call it, 20. Take this Dubsky Bubsky for lunch. Because, can I always use my own money? Sure, I can. But you know what? I understand. People got kids. People got dogs and cats and all that other kind of stuff to feed. So, I got kids to feed too. But, $20 isn't going to kill either one of us. I can eat in that day. I can make me a turkey and cheese special. But what it's taught me is, over the times that I've done it, is to guess what, fellas or ladies? Not to do it. And you might say, well, why not do it? Because most times, around here, we're not going for, it worked 2 out of 20 times. No, that's not what we're going for. We're going for at least 50% of the time, okay? So, a lot of times, it doesn't work. A lot of times, your $20 bill might as well just be doing one of these. See you later. And you know how it is when you're doing stuff with numbers. You're sending CashApp, you're sending Zelle or something like that. You don't actually got to fill the paper of you handing somebody over that dub, that $20, right? You don't fill it as emotionally, because all it is a change in numbers in your bank account that you may not see anyway, because you're like, okay, I got a little bit of money in there, even if it's just a few $100s. $20 is not going to kill me, but $20 you're hoping can make the difference between you and him and him and him and him and him and him and him, at least on a temporary basis, to get you to another base. And what I found, because I'm just saying, you might as well take my word for it, if it's happened to you before, or if you're thinking about doing it and you haven't already popped, and we already know what I'm talking about, you haven't already gotten to like second or third base, don't do it. It's a waste of your money. It's a waste of your time. Just wait and do it. At least wait until, be smart. Don't be dumb like me. At least wait until after you pop. Or at least wait until, you know what I'm saying, shorty come through the crib, or she giving you some love, or she bringing you out, or she saying, yo, let me cook you something, which is also an underestimated thing that people feel like men don't want. Like, it's a nice thing. It doesn't cost you anything. You know, I've already done enough nice things for you. So when are you going to do something nice for me? You see? And it's only costing you $20. And for my real players out there, don't even send 20, send 15 if you're going to do it. And you can tell, you'll be able to tell, no. Because here's the funny thing. If a woman's not really interested in you, right? She ain't going to send the $20 back. She ain't going to say to you, no, dog, I don't want the $20. I'm cool. No, dog, she's going to take it, and she's going to eat with pride, or she's going to do whatever she wants to. And I can hear somebody, nigga, you trapping, it's only $20. But guess what? You ain't sent me 20 cents. People always got this thing about minimalizing small money that comes from my hands to your hands. It's always good to minimize it, minimize it, but you don't even send most brothers 20 cents. Oh, yes, I do. I sent my ex $300 that one time that he needed it. No, dog. No. We're talking about on a regular basis. If a guy is nice enough to you and he says, you know what? I don't even really, I know this woman just by busting up with her, going back and forth, and he sends you a dubski bubski, he sends you 15, or if he's a real, I don't want to call him a sucker, but maybe his money is longer, he sends you a 40 or 50 piece just for lunch. Or if he's real crazy, he sends you $100 and say, hey, yo, go enjoy lunch. They're good for him. But the whole point is that the reciprocation game is never the same. And you should never have to feel like you're buying anybody. Because if a woman is interested in you, she will show you. I told somebody the other day, I was like, you know what, dog, like and she's a great texter backer, right? She will text you back. But I said, yo, dog, like, and when I say yo, dog, I'm talking to me. I said, yo, dog, I don't think she feeling the kid. Know what I mean? You know, we keep it real around here. You know what I'm saying? I said, I don't think she feeling the kid. Because, you know, she was a part of my little $15, $20 regime at one point. And it's just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't understand the importance of communicating back with a brother. You don't understand the importance of saying, hey, look, damn, dog, you know what? I got a little busy today. But you know what I want to do? I'm going to come by because I want to kick it with you. Or just meet me somewhere. Just, you know, whatever. We can link up because I want to kick it. I want to give you a hug and say thank you. I appreciate you buying me whatever it is I bought with that $15, $20 that you didn't have to send me. I appreciate it. But no, you know what we usually get? And it depends. Like I said, some people are different than others. It's worked for me before. So I'm not going to sit and say like it's terrible. But it hasn't worked enough. It hasn't worked enough to where being a decent, nice person trying to, of course, yes, I want to see the woman out of the deal. But still, that's me being decent and nice. That's not me saying, yo, what's up? Why don't you come through and blow one or come through, you know what I mean? I got a couple bottles or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's me showing, hey, look, I dig you. I want you to eat. Yes, $20 isn't going to buy you a T-bone steak, cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape. But it will at least buy you something to get you through your lunchtime, because most of y'all don't spend $20 during your lunchtime. And if you do, and if you do it every day, maybe you want to reconsider how you're doing life, because that's $100 a week. But some people still do it. So the moral of the story is that 15, 20, 30, 40, $50 that you send to a woman that you've never even seen outside of the time that you met her, a lot of times, depending, could result in nothing except a waste of your money. And I've done it before, because I'm thinking that it'll kind of expedite the process. I'm doing something nice and everything like that, but come on, boo, you know what I mean? And the crazy part about it is that, to be honest, it's almost to the contrary. When I get more time in with a babe when I don't do it. So, anybody out there, until we get it down, get it popping like that, if we do happen to date or come across each other's desk, yeah, you ain't getting no cash apps or nothing until after we lock in. You get what I'm saying? After we show each other that we're friends. And it ain't even got to be sexual like that. You know what I'm saying? Starting off. But what I'm saying to you is that don't allow yourself to be played. For me, if I send $15, $20, it ain't really that big of a deal to me. You know what I'm saying? I'll be wanting, to look out for the person, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But we about to stop all that. We stopping all that. Because when you do stuff, and I'm telling you this because what I also know is when I used to work at a job, some of the younger girls would say, oh yeah, well Greg, yeah, I cashed out 3-4 guys, and whoever cashed at me back, that's the one who I'll get the time of day, I'll such and such and such and such. Just like how when you get them good morning, text them, good morning sunshine, good morning handsome, good morning such and such and such. Even when you get those, what winds up happening? They're probably sending those messages out to about 10, maybe 5, maybe 7 other guys. Good morning. You ready to send my Cash App? Oh, I was just hungry. I just want a little something to eat. Hey, let's see if we can get it reversed. See if you can get one of your girls that you mess with, that you haven't done anything with, get them, see if they'll Cash App you. And look how much of a clown they'll try to make you look like. But anyway, I'm trying to think, what can I send myself? So the next time I'm stupid and I think about Cash Apping somebody who probably doesn't give two what's about me, what can I buy myself? Let's see, with $20, I could probably go a little crazy on Amazon. I could buy some new curtains. I could do some other quick things. I could feed myself. Oh, you know what? I could put that on one of my kids' little lunch cards or whatever. Yeah. See, some of y'all blew it for the other ones. Some of y'all really would have got more $20 Cash Apps or $15 Cash Apps for lunch in the future. But of course, some of the few have destroyed it for the many. But you tell me what you think. I could be totally off. I could be wrong. But guess what? I don't think so. So since I don't think that, you know what I want you to do, right? I want you to live life. Don't let life live you.